copyright protected for music. How are we going to go around that? I think I have a way. Hey guys, Stefano here, and welcome to another episode of TTLfilms. You can definitely check me out at TTLfilms on Instagram for all my daily updates. Now, let's get right onto the business. The business is music. Music is the defining piece in any production. Without a good score, without a good track, without a good rhythm, the video will always lack something. You can easily talk without music. Imagine when you have music. Take me, for example. I'm talking to you now one-on-one. But imagine if I add the element of music. It makes it sound so epic. It makes it sound like I'm on a quest. Or this. It makes me feel like I'm in my thoughts, really taking something in. So music brings elements into your video. But there's a big problem. Big problem. Big problem. Everything, or most of it, is copyright protected. How are we going to go around this? At first you think, I'm going to use it, I'm going to put it up. If it gets flagged, it gets flagged. I just like the track. Don't do that. Don't do that. Taking music from someone else, you are taking someone else's piece without permission. If you were going to go to Justin Timberlake or Beyonce or whomever it is, number one, it would cost you an astronomical amount to use their track on your video. Secondly, they may or may not even say yes. They might just say flat out no because they don't like the content that you're going to use their video for. If you use it, if you plagiarize it, if you take it without consent, these are the things that are going to happen. These are all big issues. You're going to get flagged on YouTube. They're going to take the video down probably. Or the artist is going to monetize the video on your behalf, meaning they will take the money that you would generate because you're using their track. Now, all of this is terrible. It doesn't make you a professional. It doesn't give you peace of mind. It always makes you worry, the elements and all that. So, how do we get around this problem? Well, there's a number of ways. Collaborations. Start with collaborations. Before you even go looking for music, find out in your community who has musical skills, who can represent your project as a composer, who can make music for you. That means now that legally, you can now make a document that says that you legally own this track. So now when you put it out there, you don't have to worry at all about any issues. Let's talk about release forms. Let's talk about written documents when it comes to music. If you have someone in your video, what do you have? You have a personal release form, meaning that the person in your video cannot sue you for you using them without their consent. These consent forms are now allowing you to have them in your video and not worry. Most of the time it can verbally be done if you have your camera recording, so that's a form of notification. However, you should always have it written, especially when it comes to certain projects. So for example, on my end, if I have a composer and they create some amazing music and I know that their word is good, but nowadays you need everything paperwork, I'll ask them to fill out a form, a copyright release form, where it shows me that my name is now under this track done by this composer, but I own the rights and all royalties to it. So this way, down the road, if my movie becomes a box office hit, I don't have to go and give people royalties because this is my track and I own it, it's paid for and done. Forms are very important to have. You should always have them when applicable. When they're not applicable, look at the fine details and rules and do according to your artist what they recommend or what you want to do. Sometimes it's a joint cooperation. You should always have everything in writing. Have everything documented. Documents are good to have to keep everything nice and neat. The other way is using other sites, for example, and all these are going to be in the description below, okay, guys? Imagine this one, audionetwork.com. Audionetwork.com has hundreds of thousands of different composers that have done tracks. However, it costs money. Initially, it cost $1. $1 for the track. Now you're thinking, $1, my problems are solved. Not exactly. There's some little rules on that. You can't use their track anywhere. You can only use it for personal use. Personal use. What are you supposed to do with personal use? You want to explore it. You want to put it on YouTube. You want to show everyone your work with some good music. On this site, however, you can jump up to the pro version. Pro version allows you to go more mainstream. You can put it on YouTube. However, you can't make money off of it still, but you can put it on YouTube, and it substantially jumps to $300. So you see, this is not good for us. It's good if you're on a big budget. If you are working with a corporation, you can definitely invest in that kind of money as part of your production fees. Okay, I'm a YouTuber, and I'm sure that a lot of you have put up videos on YouTube. And if you haven't, you've put videos up on Facebook. And if you haven't, you've done it on Instagram. At one point, you've done a video and you've put it up somewhere. Now, 9 times out of 10, those particular videos are using all kinds of music that don't get flagged because it is for personal use. You're putting it on Facebook and it's just shared between friends. Now, however, in my case, you're going to hear music throughout all of my vlogs, all of my tutorials, all of my DIYs. And the thing to remember about my videos is I'm getting this music without a copyright. Well, you just have to know what you can and cannot do. There are channels on YouTube that allow you to use their track or their composition for free in your video. For free. For free. I'm going to say this one more time, guys. For free. How are they letting us use their track, their creation for free? Sometimes we overthink things. Sometimes it's the simplest thing. Retribution. Really putting their name out there, and all you have to do on most tracks, and I'm going to give you the descriptions all down below. On most tracks, they say copy and paste this entire paragraph of who made it, where they made it, and all that other good stuff into your description on YouTube, and you can use it. And you can monetize on it. That means that you get all the money as well. Avoid the headache. Avoid the headache of going to these big name artists when you can use other music. There's really no point in you having a track that everyone recognizes if it gets flagged. If it gets flagged, no one's looking at it. So avoid that completely. The other element of sound is sound effects. Now, sound effects, I know what you're thinking. Well, I don't need to go and buy that. There are many people that they would rather have someone professionally create their sounds rather than them go out and shoot it and it's all muffled from birds and cars and all that stuff. They want it professionally done. I want you guys to check out this website for free sound effects, freesound.org. I'm going to put the link in the description below. This website may not have what you're looking for, but it has a lot of sounds and it's all free. And you don't even have to put the person's name into your file. You should probably always do it because it's proper etiquette for the industry to make yourself look as professional as possible. However, in this website, they don't ask for it. They don't say that you should. It's just nice too. So there's a lot of elements to music. There's a lot of things that you can avoid when you're doing a movie, a commercial, a personal video. You want to become a YouTuber and you want to do vlogging or you want to do tutorials like I'm doing today. And you want to do all of these things and you want the element of music, but you cannot get around this copyright law. Well, now there's a lot of ways to get around it. I wanted to share this with you because copyright issues in any video that you do, it becomes a hassle. Here's my final tip. This is something that I want you all to kind of grasp. As a filmmaker and as an editor, I've done it before, I've experienced it before, I've felt the hardship of it. Don't edit your video to a song you really like and then realize you're going to get flagged afterwards because you didn't take the proper precautions to get a track that has no copyright on it. What happens is if you were to upload that to YouTube and it flags it or it says you've been, flagged as copyright protected content, they'll offer you a change of music. They'll give you some of their generic songs. Problem is it won't sync up to your editing anymore and it'll look terrible. Take the track, that you selected through some of the sites that I would recommend. Use those as in your editing suite and edit off of those tracks. If you check out my latest vlog, right here, if you check out my latest vlog, it's in the description, you'll see some amazing tracks. And I have had a few people ask me already, how did you get that amazing music? Like, I'm surprised you're not being flagged. But that's because I got copyright protected music, but they allow you to use it if you go and do what they've asked. So basically copy and paste their name into your description. It's just simple, guys. Respect. It's all about the respect. Okay, guys, that was copyright-free music 101. There's no need to get all these flag charges, red flags, and all that stuff. You don't need it. So just avoid it. You can create amazing content and not have to worry about some artist flagging your video. All right, in the description below, all the things that we talked about are going to be right there. And of course, down below, you can give me a big thumbs up, subscribe, let this channel grow huge because I know it will, and comments, lots and lots of comments. I want you guys to just ask me anything. If you want some other tips on music, if you want to know how I got around certain things, let me know. Until next time, see you later.